Somebody said that Brooklyn needed a little balance. I think we found it. The change niggas pitching, we found it all in the fountain. To the top we mountain. At the top we bigger than mountains. Take your shit, we bouncing. Ain't no making no damn announcement. Said I gotta get it. Gotta have it, don't you forget it. Steady representing. It's a habit, I never quit it. Got a lot of carrots and snow bunnies. Never committed, watch me.
Yo, it's your man, DistinguishTheGod. Big shout out to Meekz. Big shout out to Brooklyn's Balance.
Yo, what up? It's your man X-yle. Check out my episode this season on Brooklyn Balance.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to this episode of Brooklyn's Balance. You guys said you needed that balance, and we are here with it. Again, it is me, your host, Ms. Meekz, and I'm sitting down with my same guest again from our previous episode. So to my right, I have...
X-yle, what's going on?
And to my right...
I got DistinguishTheGod. What's good?
And this episode, we are going to do perception versus reality. This episode was actually inspired before I seen that whole episode of... Power, when they was talking about it in the class when Tyreek be giving them vague ass fucking answers when he just be repeat what the fuck the teacher said.
I'm crying.
This was something I already came up with from before. So
Nice.
Can you guys give me, because I always got to start off with a definition. What is the definition of perception?
Based on what somebody else think of you.
Okay.
Yeah, I
You
can
agree
agree with
with
that.
that?
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
So Google says it's a judgment
Yeah.
based off familiar experiences. And it is an assumption that requires no facts.
No facts. Yeah.
The whole fucking world to the
So,
whole world.
one of the biggest things I want to say when it comes to perception is social media.
Oh,
Since I have now tapped into the realm
That's-
of talking to a lot
That's
of
big as
artists
fuck.
or traveling in circles, and I'm going to say this again, Brooklyn's Balance is not an interview show. It's a difference between a podcast and a show. This is a show, not a podcast. And I don't do interviews. I'd rather sit up here and speak to the artists and see if they have actually something to fucking talk about. Because we know why you made your song when your mother was struggling, even when she wasn't struggling, when you might have been on Section 8, when you was selling crack, when you might not have been selling crack, when you was eating wheat tina, when you and your mans were sharing notebooks. We know. Talk about that on the other shows. I don't want to talk about that here. I want to see if y'all got something to talk about. So, the biggest thing...
You was struggling? Fuck all that. We want to talk about some other shit here.
That's it. I want to know what you was doing. What law did you fall under getting them food stamps to lie to continue to keep you...
She want to know what law you broke.
that part.
The law you broke and then tell nobody.
So the biggest thing, again, is social media with followers. I find that a lot of people think that because they got a lot of followers, they some type of celebrities. And
But a
then
lot of people don't even know how to monetize off that.
They don't.
They got followers, and they got followers that a lot of them people not even really following them.
Them followers is from Bangladesh.
That's what I'm saying. They're literally on their profile, but they don't really watch their profile.
Right.
Only way they're going to really get any real views, if they get real views, they got to put a sponsored ad behind it, or they got to pay for followers, which niggas was doing back in the day. Niggas probably still doing that now, but niggas was doing that back in the day. So, yeah.
So that's a big, big, big perception.
Oh, hell yeah.
Right.
That's one of those so that just because if somebody on social media with 10,000 followers, I guarantee you they don't even know 10,000
Other
people.
people, that's a fact.
Which is scary, too, because then you got all these followers. You don't have no followers. You just got people that follow you. Right. That's it.
When I first started off my main page, I had like 6,000 followers.
Okay.
And then I went through it and started clearing unfortunately.
As you should.
It's going to sound crazy. A lot of the people who was on my page was when I party promoted, a lot of them passed away, so on and so forth. When you go, you're like, all right, let me get through this so that I can actually get actual views. But I could tell you, I probably know more than the people that's following me. Like, I'm one of those people that I could go outside and be like, yep, I know this person know me, so on and so
have
forth.
you been able to monetize off of your followers in the way that you want?
No, because
Okay.
I find I'm still growing and
Okay.
I'm waiting for a certain point or a certain goal for me to go, now's the time.
Right.
I need to be able to handle what comes with that.
And the
reality that's going to come.
Right.
With that.
Right
Not the
after
perception.
that.
Right,
Not
right,
the perception. I
Right.
don't want it to be like, oh, okay, well, she got 20K followers.
Right.
She actually know 20K people. You actually get 19K views. But
Right.
sometimes the followers don't be matching
Yeah, right.
on social media.
Unless you got one in the post that just go viral.
Right.
Right.
That
Which,
part,
yeah.
Unless you're getting up there showing your titties, because that's the only way that's probably gonna go viral. But
Damn.
I ain't got time for that. I'm not doing that. But
We've established. We've established.
I'm
Yeah.
just
Meekz is
waiting
not showing her titties
for
on
that
social
moment.
media.
But I do find like a lot of the artists that I do meet, or when they do try to speak to me, the first thing they do is, I got 15K followers, I got 20K followers, I got 30K followers. Why is that? I understand that numbers mean a lot when it comes to you going into the industry, but for you to talk to somebody, why is that the first thing that you bring up?
Well,
Yeah.
So I got, no, yeah.
I'm also an actor now too. You know, when you go to some of these auditions now, they also ask you how much followers you got too, which is crazy. Because they trying to see if they put you on to what they got going on, you could help them make money. Obviously, if there's money involved, they're gonna make sure you get compensated. But they want to know on the back end how much money they gonna make. Like, how much people come in to see you opening day.
So that explains why Carisha was on Power, but she was horrible. So they're more so concerned about the numbers, but not the talent.
Yo, you are wild.
I mean, but that's the truth. Because they're like...
I haven't seen an episode. I just saw the clip, so I don't know.
I saw that episode.
God damn, son.
I saw that episode, and I gotta agree with Meekz on this one.
Okay.
Because it's like, you can tell when somebody's a plant there, just like she said, for the views. There's no way that they sat through that scene, watched her act, and was like, "Yep, perfect. She's great."
But it
wasn't Power. It was BMF.
BMF, yeah.
BMF.
I knew it had something to do with 50.
But think about this though. It was also like a domino effect in reverse. You two have established that she had a bad, horrible acting debut on the big screen, correct? However, when she had that bad, horrible debut, what happened? Oh, she
More
did
people
bad?
watch.
Let me see it.
Yeah, that's a fact. You're right.
That's what they probably intended. They probably didn't tell her that. They probably knew in the audition room, you know what? This bitch can't act. Somebody was saying that. But you know what? We're going to get her black ass on that screen. You want to know why? Because she's going to help us get dollars. And the person that probably said that was probably not somebody of color. Probably somebody that was white.
They was already getting views. Like the episode before that, I don't know if it was a dildo, if it wasn't a dildo, but every female was so happy to see Meech's fake penis. Like, not me. I don't like Meech. I like Da Vinci.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying, though. When you do the show, I don't know if you guys ever read 50 Cent's book, The 50th Law, that he wrote with Robert Greene?
But I'm still on the 48 Laws of Power.
Okay, 40 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. So 50th Law, I read this years ago. It talks about fear. It's 10 chapters, and 50 wrote the book when he was in that the massacre phase, when he had just released the massacre and shit. So the book is a chapter in it where he talks about he had an argument with somebody, and they were like in like a conference room meeting. I don't know how true this is, but he got fake upset, like, 50 be throwing tangents. He said he threw a TV out the window, and that's when they was like, all right, cool, we're gonna change the deal, 50, please don't do or break anything else. And he said he used that to play on their fear. Like, this what you about to lose. You about to lose Curtis, 50 Cent Jackson. So before you lose me, let me remind you who the fuck I am. And he threw that shit, broke that shit, and they renegotiated. So the moral of the story is, it don't matter if quote unquote something was bad. Niggas gotta find a way how to make this shit look good to make money. These niggas don't really care what's happening. Look at what's happening right now to this dude who shot that lady on the set and she died.
Alec Baldwin.
That nigga might be going to jail.
Who we talking about?
Alec Baldwin. He might be going to jail, like for real.
Yeah.
So which is crazy,
But being that it was an accident.
I think it was a setup.
You think it was a setup?
I think it was a setup. Who was he clowning? Donald Trump.
So you think Trump set him up?
I don't think Trump set. I think somebody that fuck with Trump on some like, yo, like.
That would be a Gemini thing to do. We would.
You see, yo, she's admitting to it already. You see what I'm talking about? She probably know who did it.
No, I don't know.
Cap!
All the Geminis in the group text?
All the Geminis in the group
All right,
text.
so the plane going down tonight?
Yo, Rex, get this nigga.
Get that nigga Rex.
Because I'm going to do just like Tay-Rock, and we're going to have a real problem in here. Relax.
Oh, my God.
Relax.
Wait, what I miss?
See? That's your problem.
What I miss?
Because, listen.
What I missed? I missed the whole thing. What
Finish saying what you were saying about
Gemini's in the group text?
No.
Yeah.
We're moving on. We're moving on.
This drink is really good.
To your perception of how you felt with people on social media and of course acting. That's missing. We missing a lot of talented people.
Right. Well, just like how you said with the followers, they throw the numbers out first to see if you're gonna bite, if you'll be impressed by it. Like, oh, you got this much. Oh, well, then we got to do something quick or whatever. And in a lot of cases, niggas ain't falling for that shit. Like now we got when they just passed it last week, where now you can just buy a blue check.
I hate that.
We know, bro. We know you didn't have a blue check before this came out.
But
we
having
know
a blue
this.
check at 300 followers and 10 likes, now that's wild.
Right, that's wild.
And then that's what makes it
wild.
And that's what makes the perception part of it crazy. Because you thought this blue check was going to enhance what with your 300 followers?
Nothing.
It did nothing.
However,
we know you're a fraud.
To interject, I do know somebody recently that got a blue check, and his average photo likes prior to the blue check was like 10, 12. His photo likes now is 60 and up.
So that means there's a hashtag that says blue check or something that groups that all together.
There's something that groups that in for him, and that allows him to get more. However, I don't think he's gonna be able to see the full picture because people are liking your photos, but what are they doing?
Right.
What is liking photos really doing?
Not even that. You just have to continue the visits that's coming to your page. So once you do that, once you put that perception out the first time, you got to keep that perception going.
Yeah.
It creates a false sense of reality where it's like, oh, this person's outside all the time. Like, nah, bitch, it was just clear skies and they took a picture across from the bodega.
Clear
but you didn't get that. You thought that they was someplace else. Unfortunately, that's what niggas be doing.
If a month goes by and you don't pay that bill and that blue check come off,
that's what I want to see.
You gotta pay a bill for that?
Yeah.
It's a monthly bill.
It's
a monthly bill. Yeah, subscription.
So if you miss a month, we know your blue check. When the check is go, like, bro.
Technically, I don't know if this is in the guidelines, but those end user agreements be real. Like we all got them. Anytime we sign up with an Apple application, you know, we all. So I'm pretty sure that end user agreement says, and I quote, if you miss X amount of days after. So for example, insurance. I got State Farm. State Farm gives you, I think, an additional 15 or 21 days. Yeah, 15 or 21 days. After the 15, 21 days, they cutting off the insurance and then they're gonna contact DMV. Then you got real problems because now you got to pay DMV and you got to pay them. But with the subscription shit, I'm thinking it's probably says something like if you miss a full month, we're gonna give you a grace period of 15 or 12. After that, if you miss it, we canceling your whole Instagram.
I can't see niggas in this day and age
missing
a payment on a blue check. They gonna miss that payment.
No. Niggas is
they not finna miss it on.
I think niggas is missing that. Meekz.
I don't think they gonna do that.
Niggas is
they
missing
gotta keep up that look.
We gonna see next month.
What look? First of all, you
month.
buying the blue check. Let me know it's not a good look for you, Tommy. It's not a good look for you. You fucked up.
All right, so another thing when it comes to perception and reality and social media, a lot of these artists get up here and y'all got these little dusty music videos with all this money and all this stuff in here, but you can't buy a nigga nothing. I literally stood next to a couple of people that couldn't even buy water.
Oh, that's bad. God bless them. I don't know what's going on in that situation.
I bought drinks for a lot of people.
Right.
And I'm like,
I did that
me
too.
as a woman.
He's never been on the show, but there's a rapper that I think we all know. I went to one of his shows last year, and he couldn't buy none of the drinks at his own show.
Is it that he couldn't or he ain't want to?
Nah, he ain't have it.
I find that a couple.
he ain't have it.
What I'm realizing, because somebody's telling me I have to grow up and understand certain things, because you feel like you are this established person that throws, a lot of things, or you may have a lot of followers, you may now feel entitled to that. You don't have to do that because you've given so much to people. Okay. So I find that maybe they may have it and they may be saving it for a bigger purpose, but they're not looking at the real people who are looking at that. Like me, I'm gonna look at that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at that like, okay, I'm watching you and you didn't get thirsty once. Your throat not dry? No.
You not hungry?
At all.
You don't want
because I heard your stomach grumbling.
You don't want none of these wings? You don't want none of these wings? None of them?
No.
Okay.
You understand? Like,
I can order from Wingstop right now.
You don't want.
I can order it. Rick Ross on speed.
That's crazy.
He's ready.
Why? Because I feel like there's a big perception that artists are putting out. Let me take back the artists. That rappers are putting out there that you got to have this struggling lifestyle.
Meekz, a lot of rappers is broke. These niggas don't even know what a trademark is from a copyright. They don't understand the business. So before we even get to the money,
that was a bar.
Don't even.
But I feel like
no, they don't though. You got to know this business. You can't be a rapper. You can't be a rapper and don't know who De La Soul is. You can't be a rapper and not know what sync licensing is in 2023.
But being broke in knowledge and being broke,
it's bad.
And money is two different things. So when we saying broke,
but
I said before, broke can also be a lifestyle.
Broke could be a lifestyle too.
So are we saying that these rappers are broke in knowledge, not knowing certain things, or just money-wise, currency?
Money-wise.
It all links the same thing. If the knowledge is the money. So if you don't have enough knowledge, you leave your money on the table.
Exactly. That's why I love Lil Russell so much, because that motherfucker is knowledgeable.
Who?
Mm-hmm. I was going to say that, but I'm glad.
Oh, Russ?
Russell, yeah.
Oh, Russ.
Russell, yeah.
Oh.
But, okay, I guess that's
You're
with that. But I do feel like there's other instances as well too, where a lot of rappers feel like they don't have to pay for showcases.
Oh, I hate that shit.
Like they don't have to pay walking in the door, going to certain events because I'm ABCD and I don't. Nah,
exactly.
baby.
All that boobity bap shit. Yeah,
the same
no
way
one
that
care
you
about
want
that.
support I'm expecting that support too.
Right.
Like, I feel like in order for you to keep going, at a certain point, there's certain groups and certain cliques that I could sit there and say that I was a part of, that artists are getting tired of going to certain places because these people are not fucking offering nothing. But you think that they got something because, for example, they may know this famous person, that famous person, and this and that. But in all reality, they don't know nobody. Every time you go into their show, you performing for you, your homeboy, and your girl.
And that's why I respect, I'm not going to talk too much on it. That's why I respect what Major Stage is doing. Because when they gave me the contract and the paperwork, I said, I ain't even got to have nobody else read this. I see what the breakdown is. I see what they're talking about. And I see what they're offering artists. I'm going to jump on board. It was a lot of leeway that they gave artists in their contract. So I was able to do a lot of things that for these other showcases don't even offer you. You know what I mean? So shout out to Major Stage.
That's what's up.
But then how do you go to making that, like, fixing that with reality? Because just to get off of artists as well, there's a lot of women out there, too, that you see on Instagram, and they may not look like how they look on Instagram, or they may look like they got all this money, or they may look like they a good catch and they got all these niggas, but niggas is kicking them out at the end of the night because they may be burning, or they just not doing
niggas
nothing.
kicking them out at the end of the night.
I'm just saying, or they might be going from shelter to shelter. They just have multiple wigs. Like,
yo,
how does that?
Meekz, I was dating a girl one time during COVID.
Having the wigs per shelter is wild.
Shorty,
you got a wig for every shelter?
Yo, I was dating this girl. I didn't know she was in the shelter until the 3rd month of dating her.
How the fuck you ain't know?
Because she never told me until the day we met up.
Why you ain't asked? You was so concerned with the beauty, right?
Nah, she was.
That's not a question you asked the first 2 days. Hey, by the way, you in a shelter?
No,
right, like
what
I didn't know.
Living arrangement?
She said
who you live with? You live with your mom, your pop.
She said she was ashamed.
With other bitches.
No.
How does this work?
She told me she lived on her own, which I guess it's partially true. But she also said she was raising her 3-year-old, which was also true.
Okay.
The day I met her was Mother's Day. But I had
shitting on people.
Yeah, no, I'm not shitting on them.
Not at all.
But what I'm saying is that, like you said, perception. Because on Instagram, you would never thought she was in a fucking shelter. You meet her like, oh, you really in a shelter? You got to do a gated thing. You got to sign in, all that shit.
Well, let me ask you a question. On Instagram, when she's posted in the crib, it's just on one wall.
I can't fucking stand him.
What she did, she posted on one wall and she would go to the bathroom and like take photos of her smoking.
Would she always post after 10 o'clock too?
It'll be late. I used to talk to her like after 12.
That's the shelter stuff because she got to be in the house. She got to be in the crib.
There's
a time that you're supposed to be back. And the doors close.
You gotta know.
There's a time
you're closing. Stay clear the closing doors, please. Brooklyn Balance.
There's a time you got to be home. And the curfew is up, and if you're not there by that time, the gates is closed like Alcatraz.
Exile said you exiled.
Yeah,
you exiled.
It turned into recipes K-Slay. Turned into a K-Slay show. What?
The drama case in the
Queen shelter. Lock in. Poof. You not here? Oh nah.
The drama case in the building.
Yo, they just my whole
I'm fucking crying.
That's crazy. So if you're taking a picture on the one wall and in the bathroom, there's not much to go with it.
No, what's so crazy is she really did take photos on one wall. That's wild.
Niggas said I'm about to go back. So
the room is 3-dimensional, so it's only
she only showed part of the room sometimes too. I didn't even see the full
certain
room.
places you can go.
What the?
Who did this?
This nigga dated mad girls in the show.
No.
Yo, talk your shit, Exile.
No.
Talk your shit, bro.
Where I'm at.
Fuck.
Truth be told, I could never tell you. No. I'll be honest with you. I don't know if I've ever dealt with anybody in the shelter, but.
You gonna know after this episode.
No, but that's right. They might hit me up, nigga. I lived in a shelter. I didn't know. No, where I'm at though, there's 3 shelters where I live. There's 3 shelters where I live.
Yo, you in the stock? Because only in the stock
I'm in Queens.
Close.
I'm in Queens.
Oh, I'm in the stock.
So
not 3 shelters where you live.
Nah, there's 3. That's a fact. There's 3 shelters.
He's a shelter sniper. That's it.
Yo, after the show, he going back to a shelter. After the show, he going back to a shelter.
That's crazy. Nah, what it is with me is I just pay attention to detail, and that's really what it comes down to. When you pay attention to detail, you got to know who you're dealing with.
That's something that Libras and Geminis
So
do.
it's
We
like-
very investigative. We gonna look. I gotta figure things out. 1 + 1 is 2. I'ma
Right.
know, like nigga. This
But
the third time
how
you would
far? But how far you gonna go? Because when I felt like this girl was like doing some stupid shit with me, I definitely hired one of my friends to follow her. So when she see this, she might know.
But you
who I'm
a
talking
tourist, so y'all a little
wild.
bit toxic. I'm not following nobody.
That's crazy.
I mean, I'm not gonna hire nobody.
He was like,
I
yo,
might
what you doing on
follow
Sunday?
you, but I'm not gonna hire nobody. I'm gonna
She
follow
found out
you.
she was lying though, so she took photos and all. She
like,
met
yo,
her
what
with
you doing
another
on Sunday?
nigga.
I need you to follow
She
this
met her
nigga.
with another nigga at the nail salon, and she was like, "So right here on Jamaica Ave."
That's crazy.
I was like, "That's
Jamaica Ave
scared."
as well.
This
Don't
was
do that.
years ago, yeah.
But so another form of, have you guys had women or women that you have dated perceived to be something else? Like, you ever seen a bitch take a picture that she was cooking food, and if you got to her, she can't cook? Because there's a lot of bitches that can't cook. A lot of my friends have said that. They like, oh, I'm not cooking for niggas. I can't fucking cook.
Nah, but some girls say they can't cook, but they never like say, "Oh, but it's not like I can't cook. I'm just not cooking for that nigga."
Nah, I'm talking about bitches who just can't
Oh,
cook.
just, okay, heard it. Okay, heard it.
Well, if you can't cook and you're taking pictures in front of a stove that can cook, that's wild.
That's wild.
But niggas take pictures with stacks of money and it's they man.
It's the same thing. You're absolutely. I don't disagree with you on that. But we're talking about women right now. How we
She
got
got
the niggas
the
together? I
gun
do not
on
know.
fucking-
No, I
but
just-
you're absolutely correct.
She took the safety off, man. She took the safety off.
But she's not wrong. I don't condone that shit neither.
Because just
She's not
like
wrong.
one of my homeboys, I did a poll and he got upset with something that I polled him in on, and he said,
Polls.
"Well, I find so he said I find that women." He said, "I find that women do a lot of catfishing. Like men supposed to show up as they true selves, and if you show." So the question was, I took it from another podcast and I had remixed it. It was, if a man shows up to you driving a car, and I'm not gonna front, somebody did this to me. They pulled up to you driving a car, but it's not really their car, or it's they rental.
How you know it's not? How you know it's not?
It wasn't their car. Like
Okay.
we got to a certain point and they admitted it. And it
Oh,
was like,
okay.
this not your shit, right? But I only dated you because you have a car. Not me in per
Okay.
se, but
Right,
that
yeah,
was
yeah,
the
yeah.
conversation.
Right.
And it was like, well, you're not being truthful. Men are not being honest. You perceived that you was this nigga with money. You had a car and so on and so forth. And my homeboy was like, so what about the girls who be perceiving that they look a certain way? Why you got wigs? Why you got lashes? Why you got nails? Why you got this? I feel like it's two different points. I don't feel like
It's the same
thing.
point. It's the same.
I feel like you
It's the
coming
same
with
shit.
a whole
There's
fucking
15.
car.
There's 1,500 niggas in here saying it's the
It's
same shit,
literally
me.
the same shit.
And I'm
It's-
not listening to not near
There's
none of these
1,500 niggas in here
1,500
saying
niggas.
it's the same
'Cause
shit,
if I
me.
look at, I don't give a fuck if it was a problem.
You
'Cause
in
if
denial.
If I pulled up
You in
all of
denial.
y'all pages, because I got all of y'all, every time I go to like a post except for you, I see y'all all underneath these same bitches shit who be fucking catfishing. But I could sit back and
You
be
talking
like,
about
I
these-
know all of y'all. I'm talking about all of y'all because I see the little bubbles with everybody's faces.
I don't know what you talking
in
about.
particular what y'all be liking. Some of y'all like rap shit. Some of y'all like the bitches that's bent over. I'm not gonna point to a particular person, but there's a couple of them.
Yo!
And a couple of other ones have liked people who I brought to the studio. They like they pictures, and you know, as a Gemini,
I got
also you
weird
like
shit.
they
I'm liking
pictures,
pizza.
but you don't
I got
like my
weird shit that
pictures.
I got fucking.
I'm
I
just
like
being
pizza.
honest. But still,
Somebody got a recipe. I'm like, oh, this look dope. Let me like this shit. I got
annoying.
this.
I do feel like
You funny.
men do a lot more perceiving than women because they perceive that they
More
have a job. They
deceiving?
perceive
Nah, she
that
got more perceiving.
Yeah, they
more
they give us
deceiving,
the
I guess.
perception that they have a home or that they single. And then long story short, you find out they got a baby mother and 2 kids. They've been married the whole time.
But women
Well,
really
that's-
can't
well,
take the truth.
Hold on.
Like,
Well,
all
that's
y'all
not-
sitting there talking about
well, that's
women
not-
is wigs and
Well, it's the same.
nails.
It's the same thing. That's the only way.
How?
That's the well in that particular sense. What the guys does because that's how he feels. That's the only way he gets you. He got you-
Exactly.
Wait, hold on. He got you on that date because of that. Correct.
Nobody gets me on
No.
dates 'cause
I'm
not
saying
with
you're
it.
not talking about that.
I don't
when
like
you were,
niggas.
When you were talking about in general, that's how we got you on a date. He perceived something and said, "Oh, I know she's gonna like this, that, and the third." That's what happened. It's the same thing women do. It's like, okay, cool. I know they like me with this wig or this, that, and the other, whatever. So I'm gonna dress like this and I'm gonna go like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same type of thing. You're portraying something to get something in return, and then when you find out it's not what it is, everybody's hurt. What the fuck? This, that, and the third. What's going on?
Right.
That's just what it is. So everybody, it's this different forms, but it's all the same thing.
I'm not saying you won't. I think that you are 100% right, but I find that you faking that this is your whole house. Like, there was a whole post on Instagram. A nigga rented out a whole Airbnb, and this girl kept coming to his house for a whole month, and she thought it was his house. Me wearing a fucking wig, and you saying that this is your fucking house is two different
We gotta
things.
applaud that nigga,
It's
man.
the same thing.
We gotta applaud
It's
him.
different levels. Why? Because men have to do more for.
We gotta applaud
men
that
have
nigga.
to do more to get women.
Let's not
women
run
have-
over that. We gotta applaud that nigga.
Men have to do more. Men have to do more to impress a woman than women have to do more to impress men.
I think
That's
that
why.
Women always do less.
Women
Meekz, you know
have
that.
to do. Women don't have to post up that they got that they got their own car,
Facts.
that they got their own crib.
Facts.
All they got to do is post
this
up with the
nigga is
wig
preaching
and this,
right
that, and
now.
third or whatever. Men,
Get this nigga a shot.
men have to do
nigga's
that. Yo,
preaching.
I know this bitch is not gonna fuck with me if I ain't got my own car.
Say
Let
that.
me go post up by my man's.
Say that.
I know this bitch is not gonna fuck with me if she feel like I live with my mom. Let me go rent some.
Say
shit.
that.
I know for it don't give a fuck what. I know this bitch is not gonna fuck with me if my clothes ain't looking right. Let me go get some shit from my man's. Or whatever the case, or however you get
nigga
it.
preaching.
Because that's the standard that women want. Men are not that easy. I'm not saying all men, but a majority of men are not that difficult to please. You got on some good lashes, your wig look nice, your hair look tight, your feet, everything look done. We good.
And all of that is done up. The
Good.
nigga is coming outside in his
living
jeans.
out your car.
Right.
This chick could be living in her car.
Right.
After the date, she could go
Right.
somewhere else.
Right.
It don't fucking matter.
Right.
All he'll say, well, bitch, why you tell me you live in the shelter? Come stay with me.
Exactly.
A woman will not do that. Nigga, you live with your mom, stay over there.
Facts. What did Chris Rock say in that special? Women
I didn't
only
watch
love
that.
3
He
things
got slapped.
unconditional.
I didn't respect it after that.
Women love their pets unconditionally.
I don't like pets.
Women love their children
I
unconditionally.
don't have any kids at the moment.
And I forgot the last thing he said, but women only fuck with men under certain conditions.
That's not
if
true.
he can provide something. I don't know in 2023, the average woman, we talking about the average woman who's the modernized woman, who got her own business, who's an entrepreneur, who's self-educated, who got fucking 16 fucking master's degrees, and I don't know what the fuck she got. The girl who got her own car, got her own crib, got Airbnbs, traveling every fucking day, done up every fucking morning. She said she woke up like this, Beyonce, doing all this shit. A man can't say or do half this shit. Wanna know why? He gonna be called sassy, that nigga low-key feminine, that nigga moving a little gay, but women could do this, but yet women want equality. No, the fuck, y'all want to be superior. Y'all want superiority. That's what the fuck y'all really want.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Yeah, like that.
I'm
That's
trying
where we
to
at.
answer your other question. So,
Oh, okay. Sorry.
your whole little black man rant that every man in the
The
room.
black man rant? That's what that was?
The black man rant go crazy.
It's not a wrong thing, but like that every man in the room went crazy. You are right. But what you said was, I know that this girl, you're targeting a specific group of women that want you to have a car, that want you to not live
But
with
that's
your
the same thing
woman.
with men.
That's that.
Yeah.
That's not.
It's not the
That's
whole.
not even half. That's more.
not all of it.
That's
No,
like
I don't-
that's like a good 25%. So
a low percent, but
you're
okay.
going in and you're targeting a certain woman and you know a certain female and you know that you can't show up like that. But you know that there's other women that he's now mentioning that have A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Yes, we may want the same man that has ambitions, because I spoke about this numerous times on episodes. It can be ambition. I can have all of that.
Right.
I know that once we get together, hopefully my ambition will rub off on you, and you'll now want to do that more for yourself.
My nigga gonna be Lawrence for 3 years.
Living
Hold
out your motherfucking car.
Right.
You can be the struggling rap artist on fucking SoundCloud, and I'll pay for the studio time and this is that and the third. But once you feel like you get to this point that now I gotta look like what the fuck I'm doing, you start trying to get the bitches who get the BBLs and this person, but I'm the natural person that's cooking. There's days where I have my wigs and I have my natural hair, and I still pull fucking both. I pull old men, young men, somebody's uncle, somebody else's husband.
Because to my
other
point, men are
bitches,
not that hard to
dogs.
please.
Right.
They're not, but
We're really not.
Women are not as well.
So
What?
you bought a good point. So you said that you're the one, you don't fall into that percentage of women.
Yeah, because
I'll
I'll talk to you based off of a conversation.
Right, so you'll
I'm
fuck
more
with a
of
nigga
vibe, and I'm like, okay, he might be a little ugly,
So you'll fuck with a nigga.
but I'll talk to him.
Okay, cool. So you'll have a relationship with a nigga that's broke.
Because again, to me, I don't feel like broke is a
You're part of the
financial
1%.
No, I
mistake.
understand.
You're part of the
No,
1%.
I don't feel
that's
like
what I'm
it's.
asking.
I don't feel like it's that.
Right. And you have no problem taking care of him for the
I've
done and
done
everything?
it before.
That's what's up. Why y'all not together?
Oh, a couple of them before?
Yeah.
Oh, we still cool, but I'm married now, so I don't have.
No, I'm
that
saying
problem.
before that. Why?
Shit,
No,
I don't
before
Oh,
have
that.
because
that
I was young. I was young. This relationship that I'm in, I've been in for 12 years.
No,
so that
no,
was
not
most
this
of my
rela-
20s.
and
But
that's dope.
everybody else, it was like I was 17, 16, 18. I was dealing with a lot of the trappers and so on and so forth. And it was just like, it's just not me.
And you
I honestly walked away. It wasn't
And I
like
was-
nobody
yeah.
did nothing wrong.
It wasn't-
And
I
you finally
walked
got with a
away.
Russell Wilson. That's what's up.
I guess if that's what you want to
Not a
call
Russell
him.
That's a good nigga.
He is. But
That's a
I
good-
wouldn't give him Russell Wilson. He also got some he got Future vibes, not like the action, but how he talks because he's also a Gemini.
I've been around him. I've been around him once or twice.
Like, all right, you know you're a little smoked out. That's different.
But he gotta be like, he a man. He gotta be like that.
There's some men who ain't built like that.
And he a strong man.
There's a lot of men that perceive themselves to be men and they really not fucking men.
Damn.
They boys because again, a man has now grown and they're now understanding that I need basic necessities for me. That is what's attractive to a woman. That's what we see. And we're not going, oh, this nigga got a car as opposed to this nigga don't have a car.
That's what's attractive to your percentage.
You can provide for yourself while I can provide for myself. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some females out there that's leeches that may look at it as like, all right, he got that and a little bit more. He can take care of me. But majority of the women, if we're looking at he got a car and he got clothes and he got this and that means he can take care of himself. That's how we're looking at it. So that might be why you're able to pull us in, but nobody looking for that in longevity. I promise you that.
You're right. The people who do that are in the moment. So I agree with you on that. Nobody's looking for that longevity. It's a moment, it's a vibe, and once that vibe and moment is passed, just move on. So yes, I agree with you.
Past the X-yle on the 1 and 2 as well.
Right. So the last two perceptions that I want to bring up so that we could get ready to wrap this up. Black people hold a lot of perceptions. The biggest one is black women being aggressive. How do you guys feel about that? Because a lot of men do say that, which is why a lot of black men do date outside of the race because they say that they want a submissive women, but in the same breath, you rapping and doing poetry, talk about I love my black women and my black queens and so on and so forth, but we aggressive because Lisa Linda, no offense to her.
Whoa. Calma. Yo, chill.
Well,
chill, fresco, chill.
Nah, again, I feel like that's a percentage. I don't think all women are aggressive.
But we talk about black women. I don't care about
black women. I don't think all black women are aggressive. Not at all.
Just like us women don't think that all black men are seen as dangerous and people who are not in control of their feelings.
Absolutely.
Because those are two big misconceptions of a perception.
Black women did coin bitch ass nigga though.
I'll give them because some of these niggas do be fucking acting like that. But I feel like a lot of the aggression or a lot of the black women being aggressive is because of black men.
Would you consider yourself aggressive?
Very. Okay. And I used to take offense when people would say that, but I don't. I see it as a level of confidence. I'm not about to sit here and let you stomp all over me. And sometimes you gotta push that to certain people.
Are you an alpha woman or a beta woman?
I'm an alpha.
I know that. I just wanted the people to know.
So we asking questions we know the answers to. But that's
I don't know nothing. I know
that's
nothing.
What creates the aggression. But my biggest thing is why do y'all walk away from that?
Walk away from what?
Aggressive women.
We don't walk away from aggressive. We walk away from dealing with unnecessary shit in our life.
But there's a difference.
Not all men create. You keep saying men create that. Sometimes it's created. Sometimes those women are created by their mothers.
Oh shit!
Because of a man. Because their mother got upset because of whatever that man was.
You can try and tie back to a man if you want.
It's always going to be tied back to a man.
It's not always tied back to a man.
It's always going to be tied back to a relationship with a man. Unfortunately,
that's cap. That's cap.
It's not cap.
That's cap.
It is.
Some women grow up in a family full of women who have the same mentality. Do circumstances happen with men that turn them that way?
Yeah, because that forces you to now be the stronger person, and you now have to do that, which is where aggression comes from.
I'm not disagreeing on that, but in the same breath, there are also a group of women, there are a tribe of women that just grew up that way. They have to be the strong one in the family because of whatever happened in the family. That's what it is. Mm-hmm. So I think walking away from an aggressive woman is not the thing. It's walking away from the extra bullshit. You can be an alpha and not be disrespectful.
That's true.
You can be an alpha woman and not feel entitled to wherever you go or do a certain thing that you have to talk to people a certain way or not give a fuck about decorum or respect. That's the extra shit you walk away from. You know what I'm saying? You being an alpha means like I fuck with you. I like you because you're an alpha. You don't take no shit. Are you disrespectful? No. But I know you don't. You're the only you reciprocate energy.
Yeah, when she get disrespected,
right?
Of course.
When you get disrespected, you reciprocate energy, and that's all well and fine. But you're not outright disrespectful just because you feel you have to.
No, not at all.
That's the extra shit that men walk away. Smart men walk away.
That's a fact.
Not all men, smart men. But some men don't know how to walk away from the rude shit. They don't.
But to be honest and transparent, even when the men who don't want that, a part of us still get a little bit of that. So like we start to become, even if we weren't before, we start to get some of that future shit. We start to become a little toxic. We start to get, even long after, like I was talking to my partner the other day, I was like, yo, like there's traits that's still a little toxic that have not left me. And it's not because of the person that I was with. It's like a pattern. Like I've had a pattern, unfortunately, and then fortunately with women that, for whatever reason, and
there's women that turn men savage too.
right, you know, but these women have been molested, raped, sodomized. Daddy wasn't there, or daddy was there and daddy was violating moms, or daddy was there and then daddy was just like laying his, stone everywhere. And the reality is, a part of that forces those women. So it's not just aggression, Meekz, it's also abandonment. Going back to what you're saying on the other episode, these women feel like there ain't nobody there, even when there's somebody there. And then sometimes you women let those past circumstances, those past transgressions affect your current relationship.
Yeah.
So that enables you to be like, you know what? Even though he's there, I don't want to feel the need to ask him to pick me up, or I don't want to feel the need to ask him for money. He still might do it if I ask him, but I don't want to feel like I need, or I feel like a dependent. Depend on him to make sure I'm good. So it's a vicious cycle. It's a vicious
we in the
cycle.
team. I'm fucking asking. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna ask you if I need the help. But
That's what's up.
that's this episode of Perception versus Reality. Thank you guys for watching. We're back.